A calling to become a healer is considered an honor in most cultures. But what happens when the journey becomes a nightmare?
And if I was sick, as I was, and like mentally not there, why would she not take care of me herself? Or better yet, send me home.
Bekaphuzile. Khona la esikoleni wathi kimi ngikhumuke. Salwa. And he forced himself on me ngascream. Mangiscreama kanjalo athi kimi uzongibhekela amehlo abantu enizokushaya. Vele wenza ngathi uvuka idlozi.
As trainee Sangomas speak out about the abuse they allegedly suffered from their teachers, we blow the lid off the long-held conspiracy of silence that breeds in some traditional healing schools. Tebogo Tinti's first signs of calling to heal happened when she was a teenager, but she ignored them. She says it was when her son started suffering from an inexplicable illness that medical doctors couldn't treat. Her mother took her to a traditional healer for help.
And they were like, you have a calling that you need to answer to, and you need to go through the process of initiation and training. And it was a shock. It was a definite shock. I didn't expect it, obviously. But for my son's well-being, I was willing, obviously. So, I said, all right then, if I have a calling, I will answer to it.
She says that the first few days in initiation were hard.
I said to myself, well, it's for a short period of time. In my head, I was like, it's just a short period of time, just a couple of months, I'll be out of here in no time. Let me just suck it up and do this. And I did. Little did I know that the couple of months turned into, a very long time.
Tebogo says the rules started to change and her existence became nightmarish. She says she had just enough strength to endure the passing moment.
It started with the beating. We would get beaten up by, I don't even have one here. I don't ever want to see that thing in my life again. No, but I imbubu. Okay, no, I'm gonna keep it together. We would get beaten with that. If I would say a couple of times a week would be an understatement. There would be times where we just expect it, even though we know we didn't do anything wrong. You just know that if she comes in a bad mood, then we're gonna suffer for it. We would starve a lot. There was a point, I think the longest time that we were starved, I went about 1.5 weeks without food, just having water. And came a point where I was so hungry I ended up eating dog food because there was a dog in the yard and that dog would be fed every day. And we would you see the dog eating and you're like, but is my life not more valuable than this dog? Why are we not eating?
According to Tebogo, the teacher would justify the abuse, saying the ancestors wanted them to go through the suffering.
We would go ask for food and she'd be like, umoya uzosebenza njani futhi? My question would be, umoya uzohlala phi ngilambile? How am I supposed to do all these things when I'm weak and hungry and tired?
We asked Gogo Moyo, an experienced Sangoma and trainer, whether it is regular to starve, deprive and assault initiates during their training.
Ephehlweni, we do not abuse our people. Amatwaza. They will never lay a hand on you in terms of go to sukshaye, to starve you or anything like that. Because if your emotional well-being is not taken care of, it's going to show nasedlozini.
Tebogo says they were deprived of sleep and had strict rules around receiving visitors, and they paid a heavy price if they violated them.
She would charge you for everything. Fines were ridiculous. I remember this one time, my brother came to visit me. And then she was like, because your brother came to visit you, I'm going to fine you guys 500 Rand. And then we even looked at each other in shock, like 500 rand, yeah, and like, for what? Like, because he came to see you.
She described treatment that became increasingly perverse when her teacher paired them with male initiates.
She would say, so-and-so, there's your partner. So-and-so, that's your partner. Mawufuna something uyagulo. You understand, that type of thing. And what happened with me is that I was assigned a partner and we were very close.
She describes an incident of severe assault by her trainer in November 2015.
She beat me so hard that with the back of the mvubo, that I lost my hearing and my mind, meaning that I lost my memory. I would wake up every morning and not know where I am.
She describes having been in a confused state for about 6 weeks. During that time, something sinister happened.
For those months when I realized that I come to, it was around in January 2016, I was pregnant. I realized that I'm pregnant. And how I know that I'm pregnant, I was going through my notes for some reason. I was checking and I was like, oh, I need to get pads. And then I realized that, wait, the thing that I'm supposed to get pads for is not here. So what is going on here?
Tebogo realized she had been raped but didn't remember what happened or who did it. She confronted her friend, the partner she had been paired with by her trainer.
And I was like, there's nothing I can do anyway. Just give me a simple yes or a simple no, and then I'll let it go, I promise. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, so why didn't you tell me? Like, and I was like, no, but you know how things are here? And I was like, no, don't tell me about how things are here. Just, I thought you and I were cool. I thought we spoke about whatever. I thought you would come to me and say, this is what happened. And how could you do that to me in a state that I was in? Why didn't you get me pregnant when I was like this, when you and I had an agreement, you know? And then he didn't have answers for me. And I was like, you know what? I have a bigger fight to fight. I need to get out of here. I think what I'm finding it most difficult to deal with even today, did I give consent? That's what I'm struggling with. And if I did, why? What was I getting out of it? Did I offer to sleep with you so I can get food in return? Because I was in that state. Did I offer to sleep with you so I can get, like, for a phone call so I can go home? Like, what was the deal? That's what I want to know. If, like, that what did I say yes? That's all I want to know. Did I say yes, let's do it? Or did I say no and then you forced yourself on me? Or did we both not have a choice?
She went back home but says her family convinced her to return in order to finish her training. There, she alleges she was forced to undergo a series of unsuccessful abortions.
The doctor gave me the pills, 4 pills first, 2 I had to drink, 2 had to be inserted. And that process happened. And I remember when we got back, on the way back, we was driving, and I was saying to myself, I was having these thoughts, like, this is not how it's gonna happen for me. I'm not gonna have an abortion. And then in the morning, she comes very early. Did it happen? I'm like, nope, nothing happened to me. We're going back to the clinic, she says. We go back to the clinic. I get more pills. I take them. We come back, we wait, nothing happens. The 3rd time, we go back to the clinic. Now this guy is there. We go back to the clinic, and I remember telling this guy, I'm like, if you don't want this baby, it's fine. Me, I want it, and I'm not having an abortion. And then he looked at me like I was insane. He's like, but you've been taking these pills. And I was like, I mean, we're here for more, right? Give me more. I will drink them, I will take them. I drank them and I died, and nothing happened. I kept saying, this is not going to happen to me.
After the 4th abortion attempt, Tebogo delivered a baby girl who died 6 months later. Because her womb had been damaged, she would no longer be able to have children.
It's devastating, like, and not in a sense, it would see, yeah, I want to have babies, I have that choice taken away from me. I didn't consent. Like, I didn't say, yeah, no, I'm done having babies. It was taken away.
Tebogo de Tinti, a trainee Sangoma, alleged that she lived a nightmarish existence at the hands of her spiritual trainer, Pamela Maseko. During our visit to her home, her assistant promised to convey our message.
Because kusasa angazi ukuthi uzofika, but I will deliver the message kuye ukuthi bengikhona.
Later on, Maseko denied all allegations against her, but she declined to be interviewed on camera. Despite her horrific ordeal, Tebogo says the police refused to open a case against her teacher. Apparently, many other victims have suffered the same fate by having their right to open cases against the same person denied.
When you complain about her, everybody's just like, yo, we are so sorry. That's it. Like, that's it. Nobody can help you with anything when it comes to that woman.
This man, a traditional healer, cannot be named because he has not yet pleaded in court. He's charged with rape and assault. The case is currently under investigation and will resume on the 27th of August 2019. Andiswa Koza alleges that her teacher assaulted and raped her for months. She says that she was first introduced to him through Facebook.
Ngisengiphela inhliziyo ngumntana simanje ngangena ku Facebook simangena ku Facebook ngiyabona na page yomuntu ngangena page yakhe ngabona inyoka ngabona into zokunyanga ngathatheka ngabe sengithumela message wa reply naye.
She says unlike tradition where dreaming of your teacher is a sign of guidance, she did not dream of her trainer.
I became frustrated with why lo ungaboni umuntu nakhona indawo mangibona ngizofikela ubani lo ndawo ngizofika kanjani kulo ndawo because I don't even know where it is. Ngibona nje amagceke.
It's always advisable that a person dreams about their kobela. You know, it takes out a lot of other frustrations or other difficulties in raising their child's consciousness. But in certain instances, wana akafika alwala. So you can't turn a person back when they're already ill.
Andiswa says her teacher threw the bones and confirmed that her ancestors wanted him to train her. She was reassured when he could tell what she was dreaming of.
Igceke bengiliphupha nalegceke bengiyakulo bangafani. But ngoba besengiphele inhliziyo besengizinikele ngithi makenzeka ithi ngidlulise lokho ngingakazi ukuthi idlozi nokunyanga kusebenza kanjani so ngaqhubeka ngaleyo ndlela leyo.
She says the abuse started soon after entering initiation when her trainer told her his ancestors had chosen her to be his wife.
Wangibiza endombeni mafika endombeni waqala ngicacisela ukuthi idlozi lakhe ngithandile waqhubeleka wathi naye umthandile so at that time ngaphendula ukuthi baba nami ngiyakuthanda njengobaba ngizohlala ngikuthanda kuhlala ngikuhlonipha wathi hayi elakhe idlozi selibone umshado.
Ephehlweni, we have a very strict code of conduct. We never have relationships namatwasa wethu because you are taking away the attention from idlozi, and everybody knows already good idlozi linomona ngawe umntana wabo. So they'll never allow you or even suggest that you must be in a relationship nekobela wako. Or kobela wako eze kuwe athi bangitshela ukuthi fanele mina nawe sithandane. That will never happen unless this person has ulterior motives with you.
Wafika la ngilala khona wangitshela ukuthi kumele uqinise ukunyanga. Mangibuza qinisa kanjani ukunyanga athi mele silalane ngala wathi kimi ephehlweni mangena wangitshela ukuthi akaphikiswa kumele ngithobele umthetho lapha ya nalento ocabanga ukuthi uyangicela kanti uyangitshela yaqala kanjalo ke indaba okuhlukumezeka and it went on khona la bese ngihlukumeza umoya kakhulu sengithi angisaphuphi nokuphupha manje, angisaboni mix, amathambo angisawaboni, imithi into engiyifunda manje mangiceda ngiyikhohlwa. Ngalwa waqala lapho kuye kungishaya. Mangishaya nje akafihli ukuthi uyangishaya. Uyangishaya kahle. Angishaya bese angitshela ukuthi ngiyolala.
Andiswa says when she opposed the abuse, he accused her of having an affair. She says that his reaction was to beat her within an inch of her life.
Aqale lapho kungishaya. Athi, who do I think I am? Ngicabanga ukuthi ngashiya yena. Angishaye, and then I start bleeding. So ngicabanga ukuthi okay, ubona igazi. So uzoyehlisa umoya. No, angidonse ngenyawo angise ejaridini. Angise emuva kwezindlu. From lapho, I was beaten with anything he could get his hands on. Athi today uzongibulala. Athi I know exactly what he's capable of. And then at some point, mangithola amandla. Uphethe ifoni, uphethe yonke into. I have no money on me, I have no cell phone. Ngithi ngizobaleka ukuthi ngiphelele lapho ngizobona phambili. The moment I realized ukuthi ngiyabaleka, alande umkhonto, a spear, owensimbi, angigijimise ijaridi lonke until his brother came to my rescue.
She alleges that her trainer carried her to his room, but despite being badly injured, refused to call an ambulance.
I said, no, let me sleep with you for the last time. He said, there's no way I can sleep with you. I'm in so much pain. I can barely breathe. I can barely see. There's no way I can sleep with you. Again, his famous line, you have this thing, and that's when he forced himself on me. So while I'm screaming, I'm crying, everybody in the yard, but nobody is doing anything. I'm sitting there in bed, ngiyakhala. Athathe ingubo yolala ngase-sliding door, angivimba ukuthi ngakhona ukuhamba. Makalele sliding door, ngibona ukuthi ulele. Thatha ifoni, ngiphume nge-window. And then I SMS my dad, please come fetch me. I can't give you all the details. It's just a matter of life and death.
When her mother arrived, she was shocked to see the state that her daughter was in.
Ati, should you go to the police? You must know what I'll kill you. So as I approached the car, Mama maphume, uhamba nobhodami. Maphume avele akhali. Angeni mama athi wozala. Mangena kumama athi mama mambuza athi iyo lo msebenzi lo benifuna ukuyenza le siko le benifuna ukuyenza. Athi ya. Athi, is this how you work as young? Athi imfanele into engiyenzile futhi ube nenhlanhla ukuthi angimbulalanga.
Since having opened her case, Andiswa is hopeful that justice will prevail. Her alleged perpetrator is currently on bail. We are yet to receive his lawyer's response to our questions.
I know we come off as victims who go into survivors, but ibhlungu in the sense ukuthi nayindoda ngithembile. Because I feel ukuthi mangene ephehleni njengoba ngicacisile ukuthi I was getting sick. At some point I was blind. So I'm initially trusting you with my life. Not only that, mangene ephehleni ngiyacacisa ukuthi this is what happened to me. I've been raped before. I wasn't coping, but I'm coping because I need to get things done. And to have him do that to me, knowing very well what's ukwenzakaleni.
Dr. Oscar Nguka is a traditional healer who represents the sector in the HIV/AIDS Civil Society Forum. We asked him why reports of abuse are so rife in this sector.
There is not sufficient regulation, statutory regulation. So it's more like, every school makes its own rules and regulations, terms and conditions. It's not unified. So it's a bit hard, at this point in time to then point out and say, this is wrong and that is wrong. We do have the right and the wrong on the basis of the history of this practice.
He says sexual practices have no place in traditional healing training.
An initiation school is a sacred place. It's meant to connect with your forefathers, and your forebears. So why would you want to have sex in that state? Initiation is all about finding yourself spiritually, connecting, spiritually, in order for you to then be guided in terms of the gift that you have been called for or bestowed upon you. So yeah, no, absolutely not.
His advice to all current and future initiates is to report any abusive practices.
There is help out there. Don't despair. Don't keep quiet. Speak to somebody. We are there to help. If not, we have an association called THO, Traditional Healers Organization. You can go to them. We have leadership within that organization that are collaborating with us as well. I'm saying do not keep quiet, do not allow abuse. If you're not sure what is abuse and what is not, speak to somebody. There is help, there are answers, and there's a way out.
Tebogo says she managed to complete her training at another school where she was well treated. She says for the sake of her healing, she had to learn to forgive.
I have forgiven them. Do I still want answers? Yes, I do. Not for them, for me. Because I feel like it's going to say a lot about my character once I know what I need to know. Is it going to change how I feel right now about myself and my situation, the progress I have made? No, because I've had to forgive them. That means I had to accept apologies I didn't receive. So there's absolutely nothing that they can say about me that would change how I feel about myself and my gift and my calling and my ancestors. They have put me through the most. They have put me through everything that was designed to break and destroy me, and I'm still here.
Andiswa says that she's glad that she has been vocal about her experience and that she's now focusing on herself and her gift of healing.
I try not to think about it. I try not to dwell on it. I try to define lento. It happened, but I'm tulanga. At least I spoke up about it. I also fear for my life because even though we're not talking, he has made contact indirectly and it wasn't pleasant. So I can't even go to the shops without looking a mover. Is someone following me? I can't sleep without thinking I'm going to be spiritually attacked. You end up becoming paranoid. But you get that reassurance that day I could have died. But something fought for me. And I believe it'll protect me.